Hey guys, it's Samantha. From putting your phone on Do Not Disturb to dishing out your best jokes, here are some tricks that will make your crush like you back.
Number 12, make eye contact. One of the worst things you can do when you're hanging out or on a date with your crush is to avoid making eye contact. You don't want to stare at them for drawn-out periods without blinking, of course, because that's off-putting, to say the least.
But you also want to make sure you look them directly in the eyes throughout your conversation.
Locking eyes with somebody proves that you're listening to what they have to say, and you're engaged in the discussion, and it projects confidence. Looking down at your plate of food and fiddling with your hair displays the opposite, and you don't want your crush thinking that you're self-conscious, even if you are. Plus, looking at them directly is the perfect opportunity to get lost in those gorgeous, glimmering eyes, and who wouldn't enjoy that? Number 11, be fearless. One of the biggest mistakes people make when it comes to sparking a romance is waiting for their crush to go to them. If you want your love interest to notice you, then sometimes you need to make the first move. This doesn't mean you should blindside them with a kiss, which might earn you a slap in the face, but going right up to them and asking them out, complimenting them, or doing both are wonderful ways to let your crush know that you're interested. Similar to numerous other things, like your career or education, you can't be afraid to jump the gun regarding your love life. Even though it's easier said than done, especially for shy or quiet people, finding the motivation to confront your crush face-to-face can be an essential step in getting them to like you back. It projects fearlessness and confidence, which are two characteristics your crush is sure to love. Number 10, lose the phone. Is there anything more annoying and disrespectful than being on a date with somebody who is staring at their phone the entire time? I don't think so.
If somebody would rather play Angry Birds than participate in a conversation with you, then you'd probably be offended and in a hurry to get out of there.
So take that into consideration when you're on a date or talking to the person you're interested in. Put the cell phone, tablet, laptop, and Game Boy away, and focus your attention on your crush. Look them in the eyes, listen to what they're saying, and add to the conversation to show that you're intrigued by them. The more attention you give them, the more important and unique they'll feel, and the better you'll feel as a result. Plus, by setting aside your electronic gadgets, you'll have the opportunity to truly get to know your crush, and they'll get the chance to know you. They can't like you back if they know nothing about you, and honestly, we could all use a break from our phones. Number 9, smile. If you've ever worked in customer service, then you know that smiling is essential for people to feel invited and happy. This applies to your personal relationships as well. If you greet your crush with a stern look and crossed arms, then it shouldn't come as a surprise that they won't want to hang out for very long. Somebody's smile is one of the first things they notice about them, and, although it sounds cliche, smiles are contagious. If you flash a charming grin at your crush, then they'll flash one back at you. This also makes you look approachable. Have you ever seen someone with a resting face? There are plenty of people out there who look like they're angry when they're perfectly content. There's nothing wrong with this, but if you don't smile naturally, then you'll want to intentionally do so to make your crush feel welcome around you. It shouldn't be challenging because just seeing them will make you want to show off those pearly whites. Number 8, listen up. If you want your crush to like you back, then one of the best things you can do is listen to what they have to say. When you're hanging out or on a date, make sure you're letting them do a lot of the talking. Don't interrupt when they're telling a story or explaining their thoughts on something. Listen carefully and make sure they know you're paying attention. Asking questions to allow them to discuss something more in depth is an excellent technique that will help you keep engaged in the conversation. You might not want to bring up politics and religion on the first date, but speaking in detail about things that they love and what you guys have in common to make sure your crush will like you back. Something else that will help you is listening to your love interest when they have a problem, whether it be their personal life, work, or school. Being the person they can depend on when they're going through tough times will help the two of you form a strong bond. They'll know that you're always there for them and that they have a shoulder to cry on, which is essential for friendships and romantic relationships. Number 7, share your humor. Is there anybody out there that doesn't enjoy a good sense of humor? I certainly can't think of anyone. So, when it comes to your crush, keep in mind that making them laugh is a wonderful way to get them to like you back.
Although being serious is critical in some situations, lightheartedness and playfulness are just as important.
Your crush will want to know that you can have a good time, as well as remain serious when a situation calls for it. Plus, if they continually have positive experiences with you, then they'll want to spend more time with you. There's nothing better than enjoying the moments you spend with somebody you care about, and your crush will probably return the feelings in no time after realizing that someone is you. So don't be afraid to crack those corny jokes and let your wit run wild, because your sense of humor is sure to win them over. Number 6, look your best. It's true that looks aren't everything when it comes to finding your perfect match, but somebody's appearance is the first thing you notice about them, and judging a book by its cover is unintentional and unavoidable. For example, if you're interviewing a candidate for an administrative position, and they come to the meeting looking disheveled in wrinkled clothes, then you're probably not going to hire them. You might conclude that they're lazy, undependable, or indifferent. They could be the best choice for the position, but they blew their chances from the start. So it's critical to look your best when you're trying to impress your crush. Make sure your clothes are clean, hair is styled, socks match, and shoes are on the right feet. A little cologne or perfume never hurt anyone either. Just don't empty the entire bottle of Axe on yourself like a 14-year-old boy. The point is, if you're feeling and looking confident about yourself, then they'll more than likely notice you and pursue a conversation with you. You should apply this rule on a regular basis because it will help you build self-esteem, but it's even more important when you land a first date with your crush. Don't be afraid to pull out all the stops and impress them with your good looks and charm. Number 5. Adventurous.
Nobody enjoys being stuck in a rut, following the same routine day in and day out. It's necessary to mix it up now and then, try new things, and be spontaneous.
By doing this, you'll not only have a good time, but your crush will too. People don't like being bored. They want to participate in memorable activities. You can impress your crush by doing this in numerous ways. One example is inviting them to do something they wouldn't expect, like going to a play or a water park. You could even ask them on a mini vacation to go to the beach or lake. If you want to do something that brings you closer together, then dance or pottery classes are good options. Think of the pottery scene from Ghost, but don't sit shirtless behind your crush just yet. Doing fun activities together is a terrific way to become closer and get to know each other better. Plus, these exciting moments will create memories that your crush will find themselves daydreaming about. Sooner than you know it, they'll begin to like you back.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Number 4. Discuss passions. One of the most enjoyable activities in the world is listening to somebody you like or love talking about the things that they're passionate about. So one of the most effective ways to get your crush to like you back is to talk about each other's hobbies, passions, and interests. If they're an artist, ask them what their favorite medium to work with is, or who their favorite painter is. If your crush loves sports, then ask them who their team is. If they enjoy reading, then discuss their favorite novel. You can even ask them what books, artists, and games they'd recommend for you to check out. This will let them know that you're legitimately interested in getting to know them. After you know the types of things your crush loves, then you should try to discuss them more in depth. Believe me, people love talking about what they enjoy doing, and if you discuss things you both enjoy, then you'll never get tired of the conversation. What's even better is participating in your favorite activities together. Attend sporting events together, talk about the stories you've read, or take turns drawing each other. The possibilities are endless, and they're certain to help you out to get your crush to like you. Number 3. Compliment them. Although you should probably refrain from saying things like, what large eyes you have, or what a terrible big mouth you have. Remember, you're not talking to the big bad wolf. Complimenting your crush is a wonderful way to get them to like you more.
Feel free to compliment their gorgeous smile, ocean blue eyes, or shiny brown locks.
But it's also a fantastic idea to admire the deeper things about your crush. Acknowledge the hard work they put into various activities, notice things they've changed about themselves physically and mentally, and offer compliments that they wouldn't normally receive on a daily basis. This will give them a self-confidence boost and get them to pay more attention to you, which is a win-win in my book. Number 2. Act normal. One of the most significant things to remember when interacting with your crush is to act normal. I don't mean put on a face and pretend like you're the average Joe, so to speak. Just act like yourself. If you're a bit odd, then be a bit odd. If you're outgoing and animated, then be outgoing and animated. Don't try to hide who you are because you believe your crush will like that version of you more. You wouldn't want to be with someone who doesn't appreciate you for who you are anyway. And beginning a relationship wanting to change things about each other is a surefire way to ensure a bitter end.
But chances are that your crush will fall for you more quickly if you don't pretend you're something you're not.
People appreciate honesty and authenticity. It's the quirks you possess and your one-of-a-kind characteristics that set you apart from the crowd. I wouldn't recommend sparking your first conversation with a Vulcan salute or Shakespearean greeting like, "How dost thou, sweet lord?" But letting your personality shine through will earn your crush's attention and get them liking you back in no time. Number 1. Tell them. Reading minds is a mystery to the modern world, and if you could, then you wouldn't be watching this video. In reality, the only way to guarantee that a person knows something is to be straightforward with them. Don't beat around the bush regarding your relationships.
Being upfront with someone can take a lot of nerve and motivation, but if you want your crush to like you back, then it's time to take the risk.
Don't let those butterflies in your stomach control your actions. Be brave and confident. The next time you see the person you're interested in, go up to them and initiate a conversation. While you're talking, let them know how you feel about them and that you like them. Throw in a couple of compliments and ask them out on a date. You might even be surprised to find out that they already like you back. The worst thing that could happen is that they turn you down, but it's better to know rather than later. And there are tons of fish in the sea. So, put your best foot forward and tell your crush exactly how you feel.
Today's featured comment comes from Kenneth on our Pamela Anderson The Shocking True Life Story video. Thanks for your comment, Kenneth. Don't forget to leave your thoughts below and we might feature you in a future video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.